Welcome back to my channel. A stack of 5 books that I thought were beautiful and that I want to talk with you guys about, kind of break down why I found them appealing. So, the first book we're going to talk about is Passage to India by E.M. Forrester. Now, there are lots of different covers of this book, lots of many editions of this book, but I think this cover is the most appealing. They're very neutral colors, they're very down to earth, or like earthy colors, and I think that's one thing that's very appealing. If you've ever read this book, you would know that it covers a range of topics between like identity, culture shock, culture. You would know that this just deals with a lot about finding your identity, finding your place in the world, and finding what we take for granted from different cultures. So this is the first book that I thought, wow, that is a pretty addition. The second book we're going to talk about is The Buried Giant by Kuzo Ishiguro. Now, this book is one of my favorite books. I love this book, so you'll see this book a lot probably. But I thought this book, the cover of it is beautiful. Again, it's a very basic book. Cover-wise, fundamentally wise, it's not. It talks about your past. And it goes through why we may hide certain things in our lives, why we don't let certain people in, and just the road to self-discovery, and it does it beautifully. It's a beautiful book. I cried. I love this book. I cried at the ending of it. I had to read it for a literature class to check at university, and it just really talks about how people and instances can shape who you are and your identity. And this book is awesome, and it really gets you thinking about the past and the future and what we may subconsciously be hiding as a culture. The next book I'm going to talk about is this classic that everyone knows about. I'm sorry if the lighting is weird today. It's been raining and it's kind of dreary, and my window is right there, so all of that light is coming in. So this book, first of all, I'm not going to get into the contents of the book because this video is about book covers, but this book I read pretty instantly, loved it, and then I had to wait the next day to buy the sequel, and then I had to wait months for the third one to come out. So I've had these books for a while. I've known about them way before the Netflix show came out. The thing that pulled me to this book, like drawed me in, was the cover. It's very simplistic. It's very teenage-esque. Even the cover, even the back cover is beautiful. It's just a really pretty book. The font is very natural, very typical to what a teenager or someone would write like. So this was just another book that I thought was beautiful. I was intrigued by the Asian on the cover because I didn't really get what that was going to be about or why, but I love it. And it's so fun to see different cultures represented in both the literature and the film world. Next book, and one of the last ones, but this cover is a really good one. It pulled me in for different reasons. Rules of Civility by Amar Towles. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but it's what it looks like. This book is awesome. First of all, if you've never read it, it's a really good one. It's very Great Gatsby-esque. It has a lot of those elements. And the cover alone reminded me of The Great Gatsby a little bit. The era looked similar, and that's why I ended up picking up this book. Just from the front, it reminded me so much of Gatsby and Daisy that I was like, okay, this will probably be something I'm into. I liked it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I did like it a lot. It's very simplistic. The colors that are on this are very basic. Even the spine is just a very minimal color, but it's very detailed, and I think that's one thing that really appealed to me, was the color, the design, the use of the color that she chose. It was just interesting. I really liked this book, and the cover especially, it was very intriguing. Now the last book, and this is probably my favorite book cover in this haul, is I Was Nastasia by Ariel Lon. This cover, okay, first of all, this cover is beautiful, and you can't really see it very well in the video, but it also has like the Russian emblem on it. This book, first of all, I need to tell you, I am a Russian literature fanatic. I speak Russian, I studied Russian at university, so anything that has to do with the Romanovs or the Russian culture, I'm appealed to immediately. When I saw this, I was anticipating this one, and when I saw the cover, it just made me want it more. It's so beautiful. Her clothes are not necessarily Russian styled, but I loved this book. The cover is just beautiful with all the hints of greenery and gold, and you can see the royal. I know it's just very appealing. The spine of this book is beautiful as well, with the royal purples, the Russian crest here. It's just a very beautiful, thought out cover, and I appreciate a thought out cover. So those were 5 of my favorite book covers that I wanted to share with you guys. A lot of the times we focus so much on what's in the book, as we should, but we don't give enough credit to the covers. And so I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about a few of my favorite book covers. So, as usual, remember, if you liked this video, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you will be notified when I post every other Friday.